or licorice tea or something like that, just to kind of get my body off the caffeine every now and again. Big fan of Flapjacks. I make these pretty much every 3 days. These are based around oats. I've got some seeds in there as well and some dried fruit. There's tons of different recipes online. I'm just using this one. I would have just used some butter and honey to sweeten them and a little bit of water to kind of get the right moisture before I chuck them in the oven. They're cooked. These are uncooked Flapjacks, and these are primarily composed of these coconut flakes that I would have bought. You get them in most cooking sections of supermarkets, and lots of nuts. So just kind of grind up all of the nuts and seeds, and then bind it all together with coconut oil. I used agar nectar and a little bit of vanilla essence and a tiny bit of salt actually. And I put in some, let's say, 70% little dark chocolate chips in there as well. So again, absolute winners, you know. And again, these are perfect snacks for, especially for those guys or girls that are really struggling to put on some weight. Get one of those into you, maybe even with a protein shake, which I'm going to come on to now, and I guarantee you the weight's going to start coming on, as long as you're doing some form of weight training, obviously, as well. So starting from the back, big fan of myprotein.co.uk, best tasting protein powder, lowest price, superb quality. I used this one I'm using is it's Impact Whey Protein. There's loads of different ones you can choose from. Very affordable. Also a huge fan of glutamine. I would take roughly about 20 grams a day. That's me. I'm maybe a bit bigger than some other people out there. I weigh about 90 kilos or close to 200 pounds. So I'm probably going to need a little bit more. I take about 10 grams or 2 teaspoons in the morning, 2 teaspoons before I go to bed. Some people will add them into their protein shakes, but I kind of feel like the protein shakes have it in there as it is, so I don't really feel like I need to get it in at those times. Definitely I'd take more of that if I was, let's say, feeling a bit run down or just needing to give my system a bit of a top up. I then also have my organic wheatgrass powder, so I take about a teaspoon or a half teaspoon of those, and I put them into my shakes whenever I'm doing my shakes, just purely to just get a little bit more greens into my diet, because if you're doing a diet or your nutritional approach is one of plenty of proteins, then those can be very acidic on your body. So it's important to make sure you get some more alkalizing foods like your fruits and loads of green vegetables, and to try and balance that acidic and alkaline balance in your body a little bit better. So I stick them into a shaker with this, the protein shake, maybe some wheatgrass, shake it up, and you can't really taste the wheatgrass. It's not going to have a big taste off unless you're using kind of a natural flavor protein powder, which is not great taste-wise. I find them a little bit hard to take, but there's loads of options there. I'd also normally have my fish oils here as well, so I take either a liquid, which I find is the best because you're just going to get a lot more bang for your buck. Brilliant again for recovery, and notice a huge difference once I get my fish oil intake up to about maybe 10 grams of fish oils a day. So it's just very hard to take that amount of tablets. You're talking about, sometimes between, 10 and maybe even 15 tablets just to get a decent amount of fish oils in your body. And it's just that we would have consumed a diet that was much higher in omega-3s years ago. Our diet's way more elevated in omega-6s, from those vegetable oils and all of those trans fats and hydrogenated vegetable oils. So it's really important. Get your things like your fish in, get your nuts and seeds in, get all your good fats like extra virgin olive oil. Don't cook with it. Cook with coconut oil or butter. It's far better. It's not going to be denatured. Put your olive oil on your food once your food is being cooked. And then just make sure that you're getting your other good fats from, as I said, your fish. Your protein should be coming from your meat, eggs, plenty of eggs in your diet as well. I'm not a huge fan of eggs myself, but I tend to go with like lots of chicken and beef and salmon and some sausages and things like that. And protein shakes obviously as well. And again, there's no more, there's not a huge amount more benefit from taking in the protein shakes. You can get it from real food, but I'm going to take the protein shake when I'm post-workout. I want something that's going to be digested very quickly, and it's going to be, utilized. It's just easy for your body to kind of break that down and utilize straight away. So I'm going to plump for that protein shake every time. And to be honest, I really couldn't kind of, do what I do without them in my diet. So that's just my take on it. In terms of your carbohydrates, just make sure your carbohydrates are mainly coming from lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, plenty of berries in your diet as well. And then, you know, if you function well on oats and things like that, then I say chuck them in, get your porridge in, get your nut butters in as well if you want to get a little bit more kind of a combination of good fats and protein there as well, even when you are having your carbs. And all of that should kind of fit in perfectly. Really for guys and girls that are looking to put on more muscle, it's just taking in more in general of all of the foods that are here laid out, and anything else maybe I've mentioned. As opposed to, you know, taking in 3 meals a day and kind of going, I still can't put on weight, I wonder why I'm so skinny. You're skinny, mate, because you don't eat enough food, man. If we sat down here and we were sitting here eating some food, I guarantee you I'd eat you under the table. And purely because I'm bigger, my body's more accustomed to eating that amount of food. So you really have to train your body to eat an awful lot more, and stop giving yourself the excuse of, oh, I really just don't have an appetite. You either man up and you do it, or else stay skinny and don't talk about it again. It's a simple thing you got to do. And again, all of this is a complete waste of time if, well, it's not a complete waste of time, it's great for your overall health and everything, and this could be used as a fat loss diet as well, as long as you're kind of cutting your calories a little bit more. But if you're bulking up, obviously you need to take more. But as long as the training is right as well at the same time, so there's no point in taking all these extra calories in and then training like a little girl. You know, you can't do, you know, push-ups or basic movements like squats and deadlifts and pull-ups and dips and, you know, simple things. Master the body weight movements, master the big compound movements, and it's not all about doing the pump and 21 bicep curls and Mickey Mouse exercise like that. You've got to create some damage in the muscles there for them to grow, so you need to be doing the big compound movements, eating plenty of food, getting plenty of sleep, about 8 hours a night, every night. Don't be spending all your time sitting around on the internet all the time looking for the magic answer. There is no magic answer. Sleep, and then eat well, train hard, and stick in a Metcon every now and again. So, you know, I have a big CrossFit influence in my programming because it works, and enjoy the whole process and have a little bit of what you fancy. My bag is chocolate every now and again, maybe a bit of alcohol every now and again, but I don't abuse it. I have a little bit, and I'm happy with that, but I never feel like I'm on a diet. I feel like this is what I eat on a day-to-day basis, this is what I enjoy doing, and there is no accident as to how I'm in the shape. And I'm often asked, you know, how do you stay in good shape? This is how. This is what I do all the time. And I just eat plenty of it, and I'm really, really consistent with what I do. So if you want to get in better shape, you want to be a lot more muscular, you want to put on those pounds, these are the foods you need around you on a day-to-day basis. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. Get plenty of them in, it'll work for you. Let me know your comments, and I hope this was of help to you as well. Thank you.